Hello everyone, my name is Hannah Sutherland and I am a fifth-year senior here at K-State. I study public relations, international studies, Spanish, and nonprofit leadership studies. And today I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story and what student success is to me. I grew up in Johnson County, Kansas. I was raised in a family that taught me to always be inclusive, to love everyone for who they are, and to let differences make us stronger. I thought I had it all figured out. But being inclusive and open-minded is easy to do in a bubble. My favorite class I have taken at K-State was called Lead 350, Culture and Context. That class blew my mind. I knew the importance of inclusion and diversity and I wanted to emulate it, but I had never had the opportunity to sit in a circle of 30 students and have challenging conversations. You know those debates you avoid at the Thanksgiving table? Well, they were becoming a norm in my life. And it wasn't dangerous or distasteful. It was productive. I discovered that I had a lot to learn, and that if I wanted to be the inclusive leader I thought I was, I needed to find opportunities that would expand my worldview. I had the privilege of studying abroad in Spain. I lived with a host family that spoke no English and took classes that were taught in Spanish. While there, I got to take an intercultural development course. As a result of that class, as well as the classes I had taken at K-State, I was much more successful at immersing myself in the Spanish culture. For example, there were moments when cultural immersion grew exhausting, and I would look for signs of home, anything familiar and comfortable, and through this, I remembered that comfort is a sort of construct. You see, when I started leaning into the discomfort of cultural immersion, instead of retreating, that's when I started falling in love with my host country. Therefore, when it came time for me to travel to Morocco for an excursion, I was prepared. While many women on the trip chose to ignore the appropriate clothing etiquette for women in the Islamic country, I did my best to strictly abide by it. Instead of letting my own biases and beliefs cloud my appreciation for cultural difference, I was able to embrace the new experience. The skills I learned while abroad helped me appreciate the ways in which I could gain new perspectives right here on campus. The Staley School gave me the incredible honor to be a student coordinator for the Mandela Washington Fellowship last summer. That means I got to work with 25 young leaders from various countries in sub-Saharan Africa. One of my jobs was to learn everything I could about halal, which is a diet that many Muslims adhere to. Then I was to make catering orders for events the fellows would attend. And wow, there is something to be said for a woman who grew up in a Christian household to be on the phone with a chef, explaining the vitality of respecting the dietary needs of people who practice a different faith. The fellows taught me so much, and I still have so much to learn. Until the day I die, I will never forget what one of the fellows told me as we were saying our goodbyes at the end of the summer. His name was Babacar, and he said, "Hannah, remember, we are one people. Do not ever believe we have borders. We are together." And isn't that what this is all about? Isn't that why we're here? Universities have never solely been vehicles for academic acceleration. They have done so much more. They have aided in the development of individuals. They connect people to each other, and they have served as the baseline for social change. In fact, for that reason, I started one of my most recent experiences. A professor of mine suggested I apply for an internship with the Manhattan Alliance for Peace and Justice, and I did. Through my work with this nonprofit, I am learning how many opportunities there are to connect with diverse groups of people within my own community. Through the Manhattan Alliance for Peace and Justice, I get to advocate alongside people fighting for LGBTQ rights, renters' rights, and so much more. You see, something that I have learned most recently is that it is not good to only focus on expanding your worldview with people who are vastly different from you, while ignoring all you can learn from your own neighbor. Student success is the expansion of students' worldviews. It can be a daunting process, yes, but it is a powerful process. It requires mentorship, dialogue, a space in which mistakes can be made, and only once we have expanded our worldviews can we then become champions for the public good. The public good, that means everybody, not just like-minded people, not just the majority of people. The public good is the collective pursuit of a world that caters to all people. How are students prepared to serve the public good if they aren't given the chance to explore outside of their bubble? It is because of supportive relationships that this expansion happens. I've been lucky to have amazing experiences here at K-State, but it has never been my drive alone that has made it happen. I have had these experiences because of all the people who said to me, "Hey, this sounds like a great fit for you. Or even just a simple, you can do this. To the higher education professionals in the room, I urge you to cultivate spaces and create opportunities for students to expand their worldviews. Be the person every student needs to push them because you see their potential. Because students must gain new perspectives and learn about people who are different from them. I think back to where this all began in my Lead 350 class. If I had not been encouraged to embrace conflict and differences, if I had not been given the space to explore what I believe, and if I had not been challenged to think and act with an open mind, where would I be today? Without encouraging open-minded and inclusive thinking, a university would be doing a disservice to its students. And without seeking out opportunities to connect with new people and ideas, we are doing a disservice to ourselves. To my fellow students, I encourage you to take advantage of opportunities that challenge your worldview. As my friend Babakar said, we are one people. We are all global citizens, and our differences make us stronger. But don't take my word for it. As higher ed professionals and students, you have the opportunity to discover that for yourselves. Good luck. Thank you.